How old were you when you first got interested in cars?
I would guess 3 or 4 years old. I started with toy cars, moved on to model cars, moved on to real cars.
Do you have a favorite car that you have owned?
Oh, 2 cars, but my most favorite car was a 1963 fuel injection Corvette split window coupe. Wish I still had it. Second favorite was a 1962 Bel Air 409, red with a white top.
Can you name all of the cars that you have owned?
Oh boy. No, I can't. Probably all but a few. I lost track of some of the cars in the 80s. For a while I was buying 1 car a year, and that's too many to remember. Between 1976 and about 1986, 87, I bought a car a year. I think there were a couple of years I bought 2 cars a year. Can't remember all the cars I had then. But up until then, so I had starting from 1963, I had a car every year until, till I got married. That ruined that. Then I didn't get a car every year.
What was the hardest or most difficult car to work on or fix?
1976 Chevrolet Chevette. Horrible car to work on. Camshaft broke. Timing belts kept coming off. We finally figured out how to do that pretty fast. Your dad and I figured that out. But then the transmission gave out. Horrible job putting the transmission in and out of that car. One of the worst jobs I ever had. Terrible job. We worked and worked, finally got a transmission back in the car. The transmission we put in was no good. Had to take it all apart again. Not a fun thing. So we ended up selling that car. Couldn't take working on it any longer. Second worst was putting the transmission in this Corvette. That came close to being the worst job I ever had. Came out easy, putting it back in was another story. Very difficult.
What is a car you have always wanted but haven't been able to get?
Oh boy, I haven't been able to get. I guess I'd have to go back to, if I start over again, go back to the 1963 Corvette. After I sold it, I always wanted it back. I never was able to get it back, or one like it. 1963 Chevy Corvette split window coupe. Got to get one. Don't think I ever will, but I keep thinking about it. Maybe one day I'll get another one. Second to that, I would go for an older car, older than what I have, older than 1918. That would put me back to a brass car, one with brass parts, which would be 1914 or older. That's old.
What would be your recommendation for someone who wanted their first car to be something to work on and or restore?
Well, if you wanted a car to work on, it's pretty easy. And drive, I would go for a Ford Focus. That's a pretty good car to work on. If you want a daily driver, that's a good one. Parts are available. If you're looking for an old car, the turn into a hot rod or restore, I would go for a Model A Ford, 28 to 31, 1928 to 1931. Zillions of parts. You can build a car from parts. Great car to work on, plenty of parts available. You can make it a hot rod or make it a stock car. You drive it every day, drive it all over the country. Keep on driving them. And you can turn it into a hot rod or leave it alone. Good cars.